Hey, my Legion, how y'all doing today? Here today, do another shark review video. I just saw a three-headed shark attack on Sci-Fi Channel, part of their Sharknado week. Actually, I'm watching it on Entertainment on Demand, the Sci-Fi Channel part, so I can watch the movies at my leisure because they have a list of movies I want to make sure to watch them before they change them up. And I saw a three-headed shark attack, and basically it involves this one island that's called the Garbage Scow or something like that, and it's this research center is based on this island, and it helps analyze the garbage. And there's this giant three-headed shark that feeds off the garbage, and is attacking all the people. It smashed up the research lab, so these guys go on the island and they have to get off the island, and they go through all that. They finally get on this boat and they try to call all these people. There's not much plot in this movie, and finally called Danny Trejo, and Danny Trejo says, "I don't know what you kids are smoking. Three-headed shark. Never heard of such stupid shit like that." And basically, it shows him coming to get the kids, and there's lots of cool footage of the shark eating people, and then he could jump up. If there's like three people there, he could jump up and eat all three at once. Or there's like parts where he, like the middle head, grab the body, and then the other two heads will rip it apart and eat it too. It was, I like that stuff, and it was pretty neat. I mean, it was not basically it was just them going from boat to boat, or like there's other people like in this cruise ship, and they said it was a cruise ship in the description, and it was more like it was a ferry. It wasn't no damn cruise ship. There's a difference, and in the ferry, the guy said there's no lifeboats, but the monster was still attacking on lifeboats too. And all of a sudden, you see people flying off the ship like that, and the shark didn't even do anything. It's pretty funny. And there's lots of other things, including the shark can go on dry land for the most part and kill people, except they can't stay on there forever. And when they were saving people on the ferry, all of a sudden Rob Van Dam popped up, also known as Mr. Monday Nighter, the whole effing show. And he used to be called the whole fucking show on ECW. And he used to say that too, back when he used to broadcast on the National Network before WWE cleaned everything up. But he used to be called the whole fucking show, Rob Van Dam. And like I said, Danny Trejo and Rob Van Dam are in the movie, but they only have supporting roles. And they were the only two people you care about. All the other people in the movie are just fodder to get killed by the shark. And they have the other characters that are the main people in there, and they're boring. The only cool people are Rob Van Dam and Danny Trejo. But the movie is actually pretty. I actually enjoyed it. It's basically focused on the shark, and the people, even though they screw up their water depths. Because some it's supposed to be in the ocean. There's some scenes where it look like they're just filmed in like a pool, like they have like a giant, just like how there must be some like practical set that they use, and all the sets in the movie are pretty much cheap. Uh, what else was I gonna say about that? There's effect. I don't want to give away that much, but I don't want to give away any spoilers. There's a couple of things. There's a giant. Something happens to Rob Van Dam. It's a CGI effect, the one of the worst I've ever seen. And then they screw it up, and then it looks like he's back to normal. I don't want to. I can't give it away, but I mean, if you see the movie, you'll know what I'm talking about. It's really bad. It's really laughably bad, and there's practical effects throughout the movie of a giant shark fin, and someone must have made it, and they put it on like a platform, right? But they show it from like distant, and like it's behind the ship, and then you can tell that like the ship is towing it. And there's a scene where all the guys go out the ferry, and then there's a bunch of dying and injured people lying on the floor, and Rob Van Dam's like, "What about all these people?" And the girl says, "Oh, we can't save them. Hell with them. We're going to the ship." So they're the main characters, except for Rob Van Dam and Danny Trejo are assholes. And well, anyways, they go, and the one guy gets the axe from Rob Van Dam, and he goes. There's like this giant, and he tells them to leave, and he's gonna try. He's gonna stay on the ship, and there's this giant thing on the ferry, like a giant set of stairs, a giant ramp, and he goes up when those guys are going away. He goes up with the axe in hand. He goes up off the ramp. You see the giant shark fin, and he goes up and then he jumps off with the axe in hand to kill the shark. He's like, oh, and he goes like that to kill it, and then he's stuck in the his axe is stuck in the shark, and you see him. It looks like he's surfing the shark. I started laughing. That was funny. That was funny, but I mean, I actually thought this was decent for one view. It wasn't loaded up with bullshit like that Mega Shark versus Colossus. It actually had more focus on the shark, more focus, and less bogus CGI than Zombie Shark. But I mean, I actually thought this was entertaining for what it was. The only good actors in there were, like I said, Danny Trejo and Rob Van Dam, but they weren't the main focus of the movie. They were only given so much to do. And they didn't appear, like, Rob only appeared like the second half of the movie. And Danny Trejo was only in for a little bit. But it's a good, for a one-time view, it's pretty good. I give a 7 out of 10. Now, I remember seeing the original two-headed shark attack with Carmen Electra, Brooke Hogan. I don't think I ever reviewed it, but I will say that I have trouble taking Brooke Hogan seriously in anything. I mean, I watch Hogan Knows Best and Brooke Knows Best, but, you know, I just watch Brooke Knows Best with my dad, so this ain't that good. Because I don't like that kind of music anyways. But I just find it tough to take her seriously in anything, just like Paris Hilton, you know. Anyways, I did like Two-Headed Shark Attack, but Three-Headed Shark Attack's pretty decent for a one-time view. I mean, it's a silly Shark Attack movie that which isn't bogged down with really stupid stuff, and it's hard to balance out what's silly and what's stupid in these movies. You have to, if you, either you like these movies or you don't, and you're going to see some ones that are really bad, and you're going to see some ones that you're surprised by. I had a feeling that Three-Headed Shark Attack would be okay, and it was okay for a one-time view. And it went by at a brisk pace. If you get a chance to see it on demand for that entertainment, I do it there. Even though it has commercial breaks and it has some commercials, but at least it's the span of an hour and a half instead of a 2-hour span, which is what they do on their channel. Till next, I got to talk about Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. I saw that last night on Epix on demand, the new Michael Bay one from last summer. That people complain about, and I was complaining about too, about the new CGI of the Turtles. After watching the movie, I thought they looked okay. I had a problem with Splinter, though. And the movie is very, I like the fact that they get a lot of the explaining done within the first 10 minutes of the movie. That's what they should do for a lot of these movies with setup and stuff. Try to explain it in a coherent way within the first 10, 15 minutes, and then get into the meat of the story. And basically involves April O'Neil has more of a connection with the Turtles in this one, which I thought was cool. And basically they're just going against the evil Shredder, and all this thing with mutagen chemicals and stuff. And they had a decent action and very easy to follow story with some decent action and humor in it. I thought it was likable enough to give it a 7.5 out of 10. Now, I remember my history with Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles was a little bit different. My friend Mark Klein, back in high school, back in the 80s, I remember in art class, he had one of the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles comic books. I looked at it. He only showed it for like a minute or so. He said it was very violent. Because I know back then that the comic book was very violent before they made it family friendly. And that's the only thing I saw of it. It just stuck in my mind because it was sound so ridiculous at the time. And so later on, like I think in 88, when I was in Germany in the army, they started making a big deal. 88 or 88 or, it was either 88 or 89, making a big deal about a comic, cartoon coming to them about Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. And then they started showing it. It was a big hit. And then they had made an even bigger deal about the movie coming. They expected to be a smash hit. And when they had it at the PX theater, they had like a kids matinee, and they told parents to get tickets like 1 or 2 days in advance. And I know Sergeant Green, her son wanted to see it real bad. I wanted to see it, but I didn't go. I didn't go see it there because it's just too much chaos. She said that that's silly. She just go buy a ticket whenever, and then she found it was sold out, and it was played for a couple days, and it was sold out all 3 days. So that was that, and then I got in Fort Bragg, and they had it on. It came on VHS, and it was plastered all over the PX. I mean, I bought a copy. I really enjoyed the movie, and then in Fort Detrick, Maryland, they had the second one, Secret of the Ooze, and that's my favorite of the Turtle movies. I really liked that one a lot. And then they had Somewhere in Time, I think that's what it was called, the time travel one when I got out of the Army. I didn't think too much of it, and I don't remember it that well. If I had a chance to watch it again, maybe I'd give it another shot. And then they had, they tried to bring it back in early 2000 with a computer animated one. And the story behind this was with my niece. She had her birthday money. She went to the Mill Creek Mall with a couple of friends and bought me some stuff, which was really flattering. And then she took her friends to see it was just called TMNT. And then after 10, 15 minutes, they wanted to leave, and she had to leave. And she was upset and really heartbroken that she paid to see the movie, and her friends wanted to take off, so she had to leave too. That made me mad. And whenever that came out on VHS, I think we bought on VHS or DVD. I can't remember, but we bought our copy of that. That pissed me off that her friends would screw over like that. Just like I paid for Taylor, Stephen, and Kylie at that 4th of July picnic, and that was $10 a piece. I spent $40 and then they wanted to leave after about an hour. I was pissed because I said, I'm staying, I'm watching the fireworks. And my sister said that was bullshit. And she didn't know about that until much later. Boy, it looks like I haven't shaved for a year. Well, I got Fu Manchu mustache. And then they came back with Michael Bay's Mutant Ninja Turtles, and then, people were complaining about some was the CGI. But I like the practical effects that Jim Henson did too, but I think the CGI worked all right. I think Splinter looked kind of weird. But Splinter. But I thought that was a decent enough movie. I get a 7.5 out of 10 for me. So I hope you like this video, and hey, take care, my leech. So someone's mowing the lawn out at like 11:39 at night. I want to edit this ending a friend of mine did and see what it looks like on test video. All right. Yeah, I'm back. My friend, I wanted to try this is the premiere of my new ending, new outro. And my one friend, Stone Westmoreland, was kind enough. We talked some on Facebook, and he was kind enough to make me a outro. At first he said it was an intro, but I think it works better as an outro. So here's my here's the world premiere of my outro that I'm going to be using for pretty much all my videos. And depending on what they are, I'm not going to do it for rest in peace videos or anything like that, But for most of my videos, so here's the world premiere of my outro video done by Stone Westmoreland. So till next time, take care, my Legion.